Good. New acquisitions. This was something I stumbled across it on eBay, and I was interested enough to put in a bid, and I got it. Little foam Stay Puft from back in the 80s. Also a couple of buttons that I bought recently at Spencer's Gifts. I found this guy locally at Walmart. I've also seen him at Target, but I finally broke down and bought the larger version off eBay. So just couldn't find this one in stores. So now I have both. I probably paid with shipping about $10 more than this would have cost at retail had I been able to find it, but I figured I'd already spent at least $10 worth in gas going store to store looking for it, so cut your losses at some point. I bought these art prints on Saturday at the Shoals Geek Expo from a local artist who, as it turns out, is friends with Brian Rogers, one of the other Florence Ghostbusters. Jeff Chandler was the guy's name. Here's his contact info. And actually, it was the Blues Brothers one that I spotted first. Of course, I played Elwood Blues in a local car commercial 20 years ago.
Word on the street was that Tri-State Motors of Iuka was the best place to find a quality vehicle at a price that don't leave you feeling violated.
And then later, as I went back by, I saw the Ghostbusters one. So these were $10 each, and then the frames that I put them in last night were like $5 each at Walmart. Perfect fit. I didn't have to cut anything down. So great 11 by 17 prints there. As you can see, I've got a small pile here of printed materials that I've been receiving for the past several weeks, and the second one of these that I ordered took the longest to arrive, so I was just kept waiting and holding off about this video before I shot it. Of course, you may have seen past videos about my Ghostbusters scrapbook with all these photocopies of various magazine articles, and you may have seen a video that I shot for Monkaboo where I mentioned having to purchase a copy of this New Puritans magazine because I just kept obsessing about getting it in better quality and better quality. So you can kind of figure out what most of these are going to be. This one from Brenda Grammer of Montgomery, New York has a piece of artwork on the back. Nightgown PJs. Alrighty then. So let's dig in here. I've already pre-cut these and see what we got. One of them should be a copy of Film Comment magazine from 1984. That was one of the ones that I had sent to me as a fax from another library. This was a Time magazine from 1984. The big package of 3 here were all Rolling Stone issues. And let me see if I can wiggle them out. There's that same Bill Murray article that I just accidentally turned to in the notebook a second ago. And also, this John Belushi cover article has a Ray Parker Jr. Piece in it, and the seller was selling it with this Rolling Stone with Chevy Chase that's got a notched corner here. I don't know if there's anything I need in that, but it was such a great price just to get 2 of the 3 that I needed. I couldn't turn it down. And then the last one, the one that had the Nightgown PJs cover, another issue of Film Comment, and this one was the one that took the longest to get. It was the second thing that I ordered after the New Yorker, or the New York magazine rather, and the seller was saying they wanted a certain price for it. Now Zach Myers spoofed me recently and quoted the fact that very often I say I either lowballed it and got it, or I paid more than I wanted for it. Here's one that's both, because he had a certain price on it, but he had a make offer. So I made an offer, and he rejected it and sent me a counter offer. Or she, I guess, since it came from somebody with a female name. And so she sent me the counter offer, and it was still more than I wanted to pay. It was like $15 now, and I wanted to pay about $10 at the most. So I was going to click on the button for make counter offer, and I accidentally clicked on the button for accept counter offer. So here it was, like within an hour of me making the counter offer, or making the offer and them sending the counter offer, I made the purchase, and then it was weeks before they actually shipped it. I contacted them. I said, has this been shipped yet? And they're like, oh, sorry, I've been on vacation. Well, Okay, maybe you were able to do the counteroffer from your phone remotely and you couldn't get home to actually physically mail it. I guess that makes sense, but still felt like it took a long time. So here's a bunch of magazines which I once held in my hands in, 1989 or so and made copies of, and now I own them physically. And this last one, sort of an outgrowth of all my pet peeves videos, I began rereading the novelization by Richard Mueller, and it wound up getting some damage to it because I left it on the bed, and my oldest son, Orion, laid on top of it and put a crease in the cover. So I had been watching this thing go for ridiculous prices, and one morning I got up and there was one with a buy it now that was a price I could afford, so I got that from Canada. So those are all my recent print item purchases. Thank you for watching.